Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Riverwalk Stadium here in Montgomery, Alabama. The final game of the weekend in this spectacular minority baseball prospects All-American Showcase weekend. The final game here, the showdown between the upperclassmen All-Americans, that's Futures 1 and Futures 2. Futures 2 will be in the orange. They're the home team tonight. Futures 1 will be in the black. I'm Mike Shepard, and I'm glad to be here and joined in the booth for this final game with the headsets on, our production producer for the event, Roy Evans. Roy, welcome to the broadcast in another capacity. How you doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Looking forward to watching these young men get out here and do what they do. These are the top minority prospects in the class of 2026. A lot of them are committed, some of them still uncommitted, so this is an opportunity for them to be seen by coaches and get some opportunities to play at the next level.
Roy, now this isn't your first rodeo. You've been to these All-American contests, these All-American showdowns for MVP before. What can I expect to see today from these young men?
Mike, this is some high-level basketball.
Baseball.
Baseball. High-level baseball. These young men are out here, man, and they're performing. They are doing – you get you some hitters, you get you some fielders, get you a lot of speed. But, I mean, it's high-level baseball. They are out there doing what they do and doing it well. That's what it is. I think that was one of the misnomers that's out there is that while it's fewer, there still are a lot of young black and Hispanic men out here playing baseball and doing it at a high level.
Well, I'm glad to be sharing the broadcast with you here today and looking forward to some extraordinary baseball as we get ready to start things off. And for the Futures Black team, for the visiting team, they'll start it off with number 9, Colin Thomas, the Auburn commit, recently committed to Auburn. And this young man had a chance to watch him last week playing in the 44 Classic at Truist Park in Atlanta. And I tell you, that was a sight to see. Excellent hands on this young man, great bat speed. Really, really fun to watch.
Like I said, when we talk about talent, like I said, these are D1 commits, D2s, FCS, FBS, however you want to call it. They are out there from schools from all over.
And Colin Thomas steps in. Looking at a 2 balls, 1 strike count here. And he's facing off against Caden Coleman, starting pitcher for the Orange. And Coleman misses outside. And
might not see very many walks go off on this one, but
Colin Thomas is going to stick right around right there as he sprays that one off. He drew the walk, but again, this is an All-American showdown, and we want these kids to be seen by all the scouts and baseball figureheads and personnel that are here in the stadium today in Montgomery to watch these young people play all day long. We've had 2 fantastic games prior to this with the middle school grade level and the underclassmen, and now it's time for the upperclassmen. And there's strike
3. He punched him out. I guess everybody's still trying to figure out what
the rule is behind that. And Colin Thomas,
he's like, well, do I at least get my base? I had already been walked.
That's a good question. And these are competitors, so when you're telling that they're going back to the dugout for something that they've competed on the entirety of their lives and the way that they've competed, it's a hard pill to swallow, but we get what's going on here. Now to the plate, number 13, this is Dakota Jones. And Dakota fouls that one off. Dakota looking on. And he's hit by that pitch, and the directive from the sidelines is to stay in there. So it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Caden Coleman set to deliver, and there's a strike straight down the heart of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. That ball bounces up. 3.
I'm really not sure that because he was already at.
I just saw the official
0-2.
give it 2-2. 2-2 is the count from the official. And so that'll run at 3-2. Yeah, I'm a little confused too, Roy. But we'll get it together. And that's ball 4. And no one.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's trying to get some understanding of what exactly is going on.
Okay, well, the way that one played out is Dakota Jones heads on down to first, drawing the walk.
Maybe because his was a hit. He was hit by the ball.
I'm not going to speculate. I'm just going to call what I see. That's what we can do, bro.
That's all we can do.
We can call what we see. That ball high. Trying to get a look at the number there. I believe this is number 6.
At the plate, yes, it is.
Enoch Carlisle. And Dakota Jones swipes that bag. He's up. Carlisle stepping in. Two balls, 1 strike. Swung on and missed. Roy Carlisle with the bat that matches, when it gets into that sun, matches the uniform for the Futures Orange team.
Yeah.
When it floats into the sun. And there's a swing down, grounded out to second. And on top of that is our second baseman. That's number 8, Moxie McNeely. And that was pretty smooth the way he got on top of that ball.
Yes, sir. Routine play there.
Now, number 10, Jordan Alvarado stepping in. Alvarado with a runner on third. And an opportunity to put his team on the board early on here. We've seen a lot of scoring today, Roy.
We have. Yeah, it was first game. We thought it was going to be kind of lopsided, but the other team was able to rally in the later innings and put nine up on the board also.
9 runs in 3 innings. 9 runs in 4 innings, actually.
Yeah.
They did pretty good to turn the momentum in that one and make it a game, and that game ended up in a tie.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody's a winner.
The last game was a little bit lopsided. Lopsided as Alvarado fouls that one back. We're just getting started here in the final game of the weekend of this Minority Baseball Prospects Weekend here in Montgomery, Alabama.
You know, the Gump, as it is affectionately called.
The Gump. The team from the Gump came down and showed up good in some football yesterday, a little HBCU football on the highest of 7 hills, I hear tell. That ball getting away, watching it off the hands.
They did. They were able to get their first victory against Florida A&M since they've joined the SWAC.
That was their first victory against Florida A&M.
Since they've joined the conference, it was 4 years. They were 4-0. FAMU was 4-0. But, I had a chance to talk to Coach Robinson, and he thinks a lot of folks are going to be really, really surprised at what they've got going on now. They wanted this last year, but they're there was injuries that plagued them. They were down to, you can't even say a fourth-string quarterback. It was a receiver that was playing quarterback that they had to put in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to make do what you got to do to make do.
Yeah, that was last season. But
yeah.
This year they've got Andrew Body, who's leading all of FCS in quarterback numbers right now.
Oh, wow.
So this young man, he came from Texas Southern. He is a beast, and Alabama State's here to make some noise right now.
Well, the Hornets went on into town and did their thing. Speaking of Alabama State University, we got a chance to start the weekend off, and we'll stay right here with you as that top half of the inning came to a close with a ground out from Jordan Alvarado. But we saw some extremely good baseball out of the Hornets this past Friday night. I know you guys had your commitments down in Tallahassee for broadcasting. So,
we were here Friday.
Oh, y'all were here Friday.
The team was here Friday, yeah.
Okay, oh, that's right. The team was here Friday.
Yeah.
The team was here Friday, and oh, man, just a wonderful time we had out there watching those Hornets and the Tigers, the Golden Tigers from Tuskegee, show some good fall baseball exhibition for the crowd. And that crowd is growing, man, and it was, over 2,000 people there.
That's what I heard,
and that is a real testament to the establishment and the long time livelihood of a tradition. And we know that Montgomery is good for our cultural traditions. And Alabama, when you talk about matchups like the Iron City Classic,
okay.
When you talk about the A&M Aggies from Huntsville and the
Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs. The Bulldogs from Huntsville up there in A&M, and then the Hornets from down here at Alabama State, meeting in Birmingham every year for
the Magic City Classic.
The Magic City Classic.
Yeah.
You gotta love that. I know Morehouse comes down here for a classic to play.
The Red Tails Classic. They start the season off.
Yes.
But they do Red Tails Classic from right here at Patterson. No. I'm sorry. That's football. They do it at the Crampton Bowl.
The Crampton Bowl. Right across the
street from Patterson Field.
That's right.
Yeah, that football game is, Tuskegee is usually the home team in that game. The Golden Tigers, as you mentioned.
It's a lot of good cultural tradition right here in Montgomery, and I'm glad to see minority baseball prospects putting their stamp into the environment and coming in and fitting in and escalating and elevating all of the other efforts that are going on in this great historic city.
Most definitely.
We're going to get into some more baseball here and get ready to get this thing started up. The future's orange. Headed to the plate. And they're going to start it off with Justice Morrison.
Is that young man committed anywhere that we have listed?
Don't have that listing right here in front of me.
Okay.
But I know there's a lot of interest in in Justice Morrison. Had some amazing bat speed again. We had a chance to really peep out a lot of these kids last week at the 44 Classic in Atlanta at Truist Park. And it makes you excited to let those next 5 to 6 days pass by so you can get out here and see them do it again. And that ball falls fair. Morrison rounds first and is standing up and at second with a leadoff double and just a little dinker just over the infield, and it hit the ground. That ball had a lot of English on it, Roy.
It did, making it all the way out there, got him around, like I said, a stand-up double. And that's what we're definitely getting it out there. You see, there's a lot of interest in this young man. He's showing that bat.
Definitely going to hit for contact when he gets in there. And you see number 11, Bobby Wooten, who won the fastest man competition here at the showcase yesterday. And, I mean, eking it out by a dread. There were 6 speedsters in that race. And when I tell you that Bobby Wooten won it by the hair of his chinny chin chin. He won it by the hair of his chinny chin chin and a lock because DJ Jones was right there on top of him, as was a couple of the other guys, and it was bang, bang all the way through to the finish line. We've had fun watching that video. You can follow MVP Takeover on Instagram and get a chance to see all of those exciting clips and content from the weekend, and especially that home run derby yesterday where we put a couple of dents and a couple of trains.
Okay.
And the speedsters moving in left field to center field, and that dash, and it was just exciting to watch. Bobby Wooten here, 1-1 count, runner on second, and he fouls another one back into the stands. 1 ball, 2 strike count on him now. And on the mound, that's Enoch Carlisle. And there's a shot by Wooten into left. Let's see what's going to happen here. Are they going to test the arm early? We won't get a chance to see it, but Woot is going to leg it out, and there's that speed we were talking about as he legs it out and gets into second. And now, just like that, 2 men up, 2 men on the base pads, runners on second and third.
He came around there. At least the batter was not in any way deterred. He was going to make that turn regardless. He knew he was committed to getting to second base.
Exactly. They held their runner up. Ball brought in kind of lackadaisically. And just like that, the Futures Orange are threatening here in the bottom of the first with runners on second and third, and Caden Coleman at the plate. Coleman fouls that one back. 1-1 your count.
Yep, you know they're out there. These young men, especially in this position, we have no outs, so they're going to be aggressive at swinging at these balls coming across.
Well, I could spend the whole day today talking about every player having speed and can hit for power and contact. As you see the big cut right there from Coleman. Coming up empty, 1 ball, 2 strikes, as Enoch comes right at him. There's a shot over to right field, line right there to handle it, and no tag.
Let's folks take a look at that replay and see it. Able to get back, but he gets that first out.
Chase Blackman to the plate now. Great play out there in right field to judge that hard shot ball. And no effort to tag up from third to get to the plate. Not trying that arm. And we've seen some tests today, and we've seen some runners get gunned down. Had quite a few bags today, Roy.
Well, you know, these are, like I said, these are the 26s. These are the young men who are coming out now and will be graduating next year. And they're like, yeah, these might not be the ones you want to test unless you just feel that you have that kind of speed, because these are All-Americans. These are the young men who are, like I said, the best at what they do.
Swung on and missed right there for strike 2. And Chase Blackman finds himself trailing in the count here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's right. You don't want to try these All-American arms like you would at the other levels. But excitement brewing here early on. 0-0 our score. But with just 1 out, there 2 men on, second and third for Chase Blackman.
They're 1 double away from a 2-0 lead.
Carlisle looks on the 1-2 pitch. That was in the dirt, low. 2 balls, 2. Oh, I'm sorry, that was 2-2 pitch. Now we're at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count here. Empty bag over at first. Infield back at the corners. Bag even on first. Swung on, missed for strike 3, and a big-time strikeout by Enoch Carlisle. And that's going to flip the inning.
We watched that replay, and he got him swinging on that one.
Ice in his veins, Enoch Carlisle goes right at Chase Blackman on the full count, throws it past him, gets him down swinging. And we'll turn this first inning into a second inning. I'm Mike Shepard alongside Roy Evans. We'll be right back with you for the second inning in this Minority Prospects All-American Upperclassmen Showdown. We'll be back in a moment. We are back to the action here. Number 23, Chase Jones to the plate. Mike Shepard, Roy Evans on the call. Jones decides to step out for a second. And that's number 6, Caden Coleman, still on the mound.
Got him swinging on that one. Strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Coleman to deliver. And ball just outside the zone. That's going to run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. See if we see breaking ball or fastball here. Breaking ball, and this thrown to perfection for strike number 3. Down swinging goes Chase Jones. And a beautiful pitch right there by number 6, Caden Coleman.
Definitely, as they saw the replay just then, kind of got him in there, and it dropped just as it was coming in. So exactly what you want it to do.
Up next to the plate is going to be Dylan White, number 4. He steps in against Caden Coleman. Beautiful breaking ball on that last pitch. And Coleman working ahead in the count here with that first pitch strike. Didn't get the break on that one that he wanted. 1 ball, 1 strike. I saw that Bethune-Cookman upset Alabama A&M yesterday.
They did.
Program on the rise there.
I think they took offense to a lot of folks last week saying that they were going to lose to the Division II Edward Waters Tigers from right up the street. So think that kind of woke that program up.
Yeah, you can definitely spark a flame in those kids. 2 balls, 1 strike now. As Chase sprays that one. Dylan sprays that one off the net. 2-2 count, 1 out here, top of the second. No hits on the board yet for this Futures Black team. As that ball stays upstairs. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Full count for Dylan White. And that's ball 4. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, he's staying there.
Yeah, I guess Dylan White got the memo. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung on and missed.
They're throwing it around the horn thinking that that's going to be it out, but
He got a little exercise. That's how you practice on it.
Right.
Yeah, but he coming right back in there. And the mojo and Juju, if I know the universe might make them pay for tossing that one around the horn. And that's how things typically work out now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that ball didn't get back across the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They just assumed the out there. And there's a shot from Dylan. And he didn't come down with it. And into second goes Dylan White. And am I right, Roy?
You were.
I was right. The universe don't like ugly.
Take a look at the end of that play where Dylan gets in the second base, stand-up double. Dropped it right there in between the center and left.
That was a shot off the bat. Great effort out there in left field to make that play. Just couldn't come down with it cleanly all the way. And just like that, Futures Black has their first hit of the game. And now that ball gets past the catcher. And Dylan White will advance down to third base.
And, Mike, I'm going to say something that I think a lot of these kids need to understand. Even though the left fielder was not able to make that catch, like you said, he showed a lot of effort in going after that ball the way that he did. And the coaches noticed that type of thing.
Yes. They definitely noticed that as Aiden Durama steps in. He didn't catch it, but, man, the effort. You're absolutely right, Roy. And now Aiden Duramas has an effort ahead of him, and that's get this man across the plate as he's swinging on 3-0.
I thought that was going to be the one he wanted.
It definitely sat up there for him, but another beautiful breaking pitch. And now we're right here back at a full count. And there's Duramas with a little chopper right there. He beat that out safe. And the RBI infield single by Aiden Duramas puts the Futures Black team on the board. Great hustle down the line.
Take a look at that replay. Second baseman came in and was able to get in front of that one hop and do exactly what he wanted to do there.
And great hustle down the line by Duramas. And that's going to bring up number 15, Shane Murphy. Shane Murphy stepping in now. His team just 1 out on the board.
it's interesting. I was just about to mention that, but right now we've got him ahead in the count right now. One ball, 2 strikes.
Caden Coleman's been pitching a good game up to this point, and there's strike 3. And that ball gets away on the overthrow, and that's going to move Aiden DeRamos down. But Shane Murphy is going to head back to the dugout after that strikeout. Beautiful pitch for strike 3 to catch him looking. And this is number 12, Blake Davis, stepping in now with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Oh, 1 out still. It's definitely 2 outs. It's 2 outs.
It is.
Davis fouling that one back off into the stands. Coleman to pitch. And another breaking ball. Davis keeping the hands back on that and just able to push that over into the foul territory and stay alive. 0-2 count here. 2 outs, runner on second. Coleman the pitch. And there's a little C&I single right over into the right field side. Right fielder up on it. Had trouble coming up with it cleanly. And just like that, with 2 outs and a head start running, Aiden DeRamos comes around for the score. So Blake Davis delivers with the RBI single to right field. How about that, Roy?
And the blooper got him in, got him on bag.
The blooper helps out in that situation because it hangs up there and it's falling short, but that runner, because it's 2 outs, he's moving.
Yeah.
So when it hangs up there like that with the blooper, then it gives him an advantage to get right on around and across the plate as he did.
And it's been called that this is going to be the last batter in the inning.
And this is number 2, Rocky Turner Jr. So let's see if Rocky can deliver a heavyweight blow and get this man from first to home. Blake Davis doing a good job of reading that off the catcher's hands and glove and body into his secondary. Snap throw over from Caden Coleman. Two one count. That ball to the inside, runner going. And he's in there safely. Oh, bang, bang play. Great throw down to second.
Yeah.
But Blake Davis stole that bag.
Now, let me ask you, does that count as an error on the cover? Was that the second? That was the, the shortstop, no?
No error.
He dropped that. That ball was there.
Well, that's one of the expectations when that ball arrives at the same time as the body. They can be jarred loose, so no error called as that breaking ball finds the outside portion of the plate, runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, man on second here with 2 outs. A 2-run top of the first so far. And there's a shot. It's going to get into the gap. And just like that, the last batter of the inning with a great at-bat, Rocky Turner, comes through with a heavyweight blow to get that man across the plate. Blake Davis comes in to score the 3rd run of the inning, and we'll flip it over. But what a great productive offensive inning right there for Futures Black.
definitely were able to get out, get some points on the board. They are now up 3-0. And as you can see, we're in that time crunch, so they are going to be putting these time constraints on it. So every at-bat is going to be critical for both teams.
That's right. Very grateful for the facilities, but things can sometimes tend to go a little bit longer. And speaking of long, we have the 6'6" pitching change.
Number 25 on the mound.
That's Keegan Mathis coming in for Futures Black. Now, he's a fun kid to watch as well. Saw him last week at the 44. And good to see him again this weekend. You know, most of these kids are playing their last baseball before they take the break for the fall and train and get ready for the upcoming spring season.
Yeah.
Three runs on 4 hits in that last inning for the Futures Black team, and now they'll just come in and work to keep that momentum going, and hopefully get back in the dugout quick to try and stretch this lead. Meanwhile, Roy, you have this Orange team that showed us some exceptional speed and everything, and their inning got cut with the bases loaded.
Yeah.
So they have to take advantage of those runs. I think going to have to be more aggressive. Like when we saw the man held up on third.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a time where now
you
got to start trying to and make them make a play.
Well, and that's the thing. Again, this is an all-star event, so just like those are probably some of the better arms that are out in the outfield, these are some of the fastest players. And, you know, who's going to win? You know, and that's what this is about.
Starting off the bottom of the second, it'll be DeAndre Thomas Jr. DeAndre Thomas Jr., number 1. Stepping in against Mathis. And that breaking ball did not finding its way across the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good pitch for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Mathis working ahead.
As you said, that one was right down Coosa Street, to borrow a phrase.
And in the dirt right there, 2 balls, 2 strikes. See what DeAndre's approach is and how Keegan decides to come get him. Throws the fastball there, and it didn't find his own, tailing away from the right-hander. And now we're at a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. DeAndre Thomas Jr. Calling the time, stepping off. And Mathis to pitch. And that's ball 4. And DeAndre draws the walk. 3-2 walk. That was a good AB for the young man. And that's going to bring up number 9, Hayden Downs, as the Futures have an opportunity to get something going here in the bottom of the second.
Well, it's that opportunity to get them out there and get some folks on base and then do your best to get them in.
And that ball gets away from the catcher. And DeAndre will advance down to second. Now Mathis getting it ready to come into Downs. Downs swinging and popping that one foul into the stands. Nice lead back there on second for DeAndre Thomas. Mathis the pitch. Tailing away from the righty. Outside the zone, 2 balls, 1 strike. Mathis the pitch. Runner goes. Swung on. Unable to handle that one. And that'll be strike 2. As there's a stolen bag for DeAndre Thomas Jr. showing off those legs, showing off the wheels.
And puts a runner in scoring position.
Now the 2-2 pitch. Oh, hit him in the buttocks. Stung him right in the buttocks. He'll stick around and hang out at bat. And they'll put the 1 ball, 1 strike scenario on the board. I don't get the strike part. I'd give him the 1 ball. He just got hit. It's 2-1 now.
That'll have to be something when we get Alex or Reggie to come and explain to everyone about what they're doing when they do that.
Definitely get us a little explanation. And that ball gets away. It bounces off of the wall, comes back towards, but that's not going to be nearly far enough to stop the on-charging DeAndre Thomas Jr. from crossing the plate. And the Futures Orange are on the board.
Definitely what they wanted and what they needed to get in there. Like I said, under these new time constraints that we're running with, every at-bat is going to be critical. You've got to make sure you can get in and get some folks across the plate if you want to walk out of here with the W.
Now Hayden Downs, exactly. Now Hayden Downs looking at the 3-1 count, now 3-2, so he's back on full here. It's either going to be a walk or a strikeout or a hit when this one's all said and done. And it was the middle one. I think D was the option, the strikeout.
Strikeout.
As Hayden Downs heads back to the dugout. And Courtney Wilson, number 14, comes on now with 1 out on the board. As you hear the last call for merchandise going out over the PA system. Big shout out to Minority Prospects, man. They have some of the best gear and most creative designs in youth baseball.
Ty does a great job of the designs and coming up working with the design teams to put these things together, man. So shout out to Ty.
Mathis painting the corner right there. Beautiful pitch. As Courtney Wilson looks on, 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. Bottom of the second, 3-1 your score. And another strike right down Madison. He put that one right in between the stands at Crampton Bowl. And Mathis swung on and missed for strike 3, and Courtney Wilson will head back to the dugout. And that's back-to-back strikeouts now for Keegan Mathis.
As we take a look at that, and he was trying to put his all into that one, and no soup for you.
No soup for you. And now, Bryce Carter to the plate. Number 12 with 2 outs. Trying to keep this inning alive for his team. That one bounced up there and over to the side. Two balls, no strikes here. Swung on and missed for strike 1 by Carter. Now the wind blowing directly in at us. It's going to be hard to take one out of here as Carter fouls that one off the inside of his foot. That's going to leave a mark.
Those definitely. That looked like that hurt.
And that ball just so happened to find the area not guarded by that protective shielding that he has on his calves. And he's taking his time to walk this one off.
Getting in there, yeah. I remember those days. Those are some serious pain.
Indeed that is. Indeed it is. As Carter steps back in. 2-2 you count, 2 outs here. Bottom of the second. Mathis the pitch. Just a little high with that one. A lot high, actually. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Three-two pitch. Swung on, missed, and Mathis strikes out the side. 3 strikeouts in a row, putting down Downs, Wilson, and Carter. And that's going to bring the second inning to an end. We've played 2. It's 3-1. Futures Black over Futures Orange. We'll be right back here to Montgomery and Riverwalk Stadium in just a second. I'm Mike Shepard with Roy Evans. We'll talk to you in just a minute. And we are back here at Riverwalk Stadium in Montgomery, Alabama. Minority baseball prospects, All-American weekend. And this is the upperclassmen game, the All-American showdown between the Futures Orange and the Futures Black. Right now, the Futures Black holding the advantage, coming in here to the top half of the third, leading this one 3-1 on 4 hits. 3 runs on 4 hits. And now we'll have number 7, Miles Thomas, to the plate. Miles, the awesome young man out of Westlake High School, South Fulton. We like to call it College Park. Son of my frat brother, Brian. What's up, Brian Thomas?
Oh, Mr. Thomas, also a rattler.
Yes, also a rattler. BT. BT the rattler. Exactly. Miles, kid from a great family. And he can play some baseball, too.
All right.
Fun watching this kid. You finally get a chance to see him play in person. I've seen so many of his clips and reels over the years through Brian's post on Facebook and social medias. To be able to see him now in person, that's a real surreal moment for me right now as he swings and misses. Bobby Wooten has come in for the Futures Orange team on the mound. He's doing this thing as that one comes in a little bit low.
Yeah. Got a little smoke on him from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, Bobby throwing it with a little pepper. That ball inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes now as these two battle it out. Wooten versus Thomas in the battery right now. And that's ball 4, and Miles draws the walk.
We're going to see. Look like he's putting on his gloves so we can see how aggressive he's going to be on these base pads.
Yeah, Miles definitely has the speed factor as a part of his repertoire. Aiden Rucker now to the plate. And Rucker looks at ball 1. It looks like Futures Black is trying to add on to this lead. And there's the runner going. And just couldn't get it out of the glove right there. It was the catcher for the Orange. And with that stolen bag, Miles Thomas is standing on second. That was fast, boy. He was fast.
Yeah, getting in scoring position. That's exactly what you were looking for, what we were talking about just then.
That was a beautiful strike right there by Bobby Wooten. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Aiden Rucker. That ball not finding the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike. Wooten the pitch. Fouled off down the third base to the third base dugout. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Seen a lot of full counts here. These kids really battle at this plate.
They do. And I was about to say full count, but I'm like, we will see if he continues at bat, though.
And there's a ground ball. Didn't clear. Great base running right there. Excellent play by the shortstop. Heads up base running by Thomas. That ball's in front of you, so, you can see where it's going. Staying put, saving the out.
That's right. Saving the replay. The shortstop held him up, looked at him, told him, go ahead and get on back, and still had enough time to get that ball over to first base to get the out.
Super smooth play right there by the shortstop.
And again, these are, this being an all-star game, that's another one of the things the coaches want to see. The coaches want to see, are you making the baseball play? Are you making the thought process play and not just reacting in certain instances?
That's right.
To do what you need to do.
That's right. And that shortstop fielded that ball cleanly. Looked that runner back, and then threw a dart for a strike over to first base for the out. And that one got off of the catcher. Thomas is going to move down to third on that pass ball. This is number 11, Avon Juarez at bat.
We got some 11-on-11 violence here. Battering pitcher.
And Juarez draws the walk, and he'll head down the first. So there'll be runners on the corner for the Futures Black. And that's going to bring up number 16, Kendall Turner. And Turner looks at a ball on his first pitch. Whoop, with runners on the corner. That ball gets past, and that's going to be the speedy Thomas coming in for the score. And Juarez moving on over to second. And back up to a 3-point lead, Roy.
Yes, sir.
That ball just getting away. That's a good pitch. Call the ball. 3 balls, no strikes. strike called. 3-1. Not a big lead out there for Juarez at second. He's giving as much as they give him.
So we're going to roll back to the 1-1 count.
All right, so it looks like we'll have a roll back. 1-1. And that'll be 2 balls and 1 strike. Fouled off. It'll be 2-2 now. And that one nipped the catcher. A tough kid jumping right back in there. Two pitch. That one trails outside. Full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second. Top of the third. There's a shot into the gap. That's going to be moving, and that ball is headed out deep. Big shot right there, and he's going to be in for another double. Sliding in is Kendall Turner. And we're rolling it as Kendall Turner sends a double RBI. An RBI double, and that was all right there, Roy.
It was, man. He came in, got that in there, and that got almost all the way out to the warning track.
That ball flew off of the bat just then. A lot of pop off of that kid's bat. Roy, we're going to pause for a moment and take a break here at Riverwalk Stadium as the teams change sides. There's a 5-1 lead right now, and it's the All-American Prospects, the Futures Black team, over the Futures Orange right here at Riverwalk Stadium in Montgomery, Alabama. We'll be back with you for more third inning action right after this. And we are back, bottom of the third here. Welcome in if you're just joining us. Minority Prospects presents the All-American, the MVP All-American game here. Futures Orange versus Futures Black. Futures Black ahead right now, 5-1 over the Orange. Orange trying to get it back here in the bottom of the third. Starting off with David Bankston at the plate. Keegan Mathis back on the mound. He came in last inning replacing Enoch Carlisle, who pitched an incredible first inning. Then Keegan Mathis came in and struck out 3 in a row last inning, and now he's back out here on the mound. And, oh, my goodness, make it 4 in a row as he just sat that one on the table, then kicked the legs out from under it. And David Banksnow head back to the dugout with that strikeout. And Keegan Mathis showing you what he's got. As DJ Jones steps in now, number 10. DJ Jones steps in and looks at a first pitch ball. Man. Oh, that one hit Jones. That should be a ball. Jones swinging, 1 ball, 1 strike, coming up empty there.
Listen, but this is what you like to see. You like to see aggressiveness. Swing at these pitches coming across. You know, if they're in the range.
That ball not finding its way across the plate, but you're absolutely right. Take some hacks at it. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that ball is to the inside. 3-1 count now as Keegan Mathis finds himself behind on the batter and DJ Jones. Mathis the pitch. And that one's in the dirt. Four balls and 1 strike. And I believe Keegan can only throw fastballs now, if I heard that correctly from Coach White. Swung on and missed by Jones. Thought I just saw 1-2 to count. In the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two count. 1 out here, bottom of the 3rd. And Jones puts a charge into it to straightaway center. And Thomas there underneath that to squeeze it in for the out. 2 outs gone now.
Yep. That one got hung up in the air a little bit.
It did. It's the routine fly ball there. Out to center field. And Mathis comes in to Dylan Carlisle with a leadoff strike. Number 3, Dylan Carlisle at the plate. Strike 2 as he catches the inside corner. Keegan delivers. Strike 3, and he's down on strikes. And that will end the inning. And I tell you what, right now, Keegan Mathis faced 6 batters and has struck out 5 of them. Wow.
Even only being able to throw fastballs. Like, your stuff is just a little bit too much right now.
Keegan Mathis not playing around with them. Ending that inning 1-2-3 and sending us right into the 4th. Talk about saving some game time.
Yes, sir. Definitely did that in that half inning.
Working efficiently. We're going to pause for the calls as they switch it up. We'll see who will be on the mound for us here. Come back. I'm Mike Shepard alongside Roy Evans. We'll be back in a moment. Back in action here at Riverwalk Stadium in Montgomery, Alabama. Minority Prospects All-American Upperclassmen game. Futures Orange versus Future Black, and it has been all Futures Black so far here with the visiting team leading 5-1 over the Orange. And, I mean, we've seen some exciting baseball. And we have number 9, Colin Thomas, stepping back in for the Futures Black. Thomas struck out his first time at bat. And you best believe with that whole little batting rule and situation, he's way more aware now and up there swinging as he falls behind in the count 0-2.
Yeah, most definitely. They're getting out and, again, being aggressive, just having fun. They know this is about seeing what you can do.
That ball in the dirt.
No good stop by the catcher there.
One ball, 2 strikes. And he fouls that one back, staying alive. This Future Black team cycling through their lineup now for the second time. Wooten delivers high and outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
See, Wooten is definitely trying to stay aggressive with his pitch.
Swung on and missed for the strikeout. Second K of the day for Colin Thomas. As Bobby Wooten settling in now with a big pitch. And that'll bring Dakota Jones to the plate. Dakota walked his first time up. And he looks at a first pitch strike. Bobby Wooten seems to have settled in from that first inning. I mean, his last inning. Oh, there's a shot right there. Hard off the bat by Dakota Jones into center field for a single.
Yep, held up, got in, got on base.
That'll bring up Enoch Carlisle. He grounded out to second base his first time up. Second baseman at double play depth right now. As Carlisle looks at a first pitch ball. We'll see what Dakota does with his legs over there. Swung on and missed for strike 1 by Carlisle. Let's see if they play it aggressive, Roy, and send Dakota Jones. High pop up here, right in the end zone, in the infield. And waving everybody off is the shortstop. That's number 15 playing shortstop.
Got and held the runner up.
Dylan Robinson. Getting in there, runner going, throws down. It's going to get past him into the outfield. And Dakota Jones he holds up and stays put. But that ball went sailing way right of second base on that throw down. Runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. And that's Jordan Alvarado at the plate. The 1-1 count. Jordan grounded out to short his first time up. Checking with the umpire. Say he didn't go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wooten on the mound, runner on second. 2 outs here. Top of the 4th. And that ball high outside the zone. 2-2 count. strike three over the inside portion of the plate, and it froze Alvarado. And he thought that ball was a little bit inside, but Bobby Wooten with another strikeout.
He's taking care of business out there. You know, he is kind of settling in and battling down to the bottom of the pitch counts, but he's getting in and throwing the strikes when he needs to.
And just like that, we in the top of the fourth. We'll be right back for a little bit more baseball action, All-American style, MVP All-American style, when we come back after this. Back to the action here at Riverwalk Stadium. Montgomery, Alabama, MVP weekend, All-American weekend. It's the showdown right now between the futures All-Americans, orange and black. And we'll lead off the bottom of this fourth with number 13, Jalen Seabrooks. And he'll be facing off against the new pitcher, Avon Juarez, for the futures black. Swung on and missed right there. 1 ball, 1 strike to start the bottom of the fourth.
Getting it kicked off, getting them swinging.
And there's a high pop-up right towards the back of the infield. Sending everybody away from it is number 15. That's Shane Murphy over at shortstop. And he secures the first out of the inning. Heavy ball being thrown right there by Avon Juarez. And unable to do anything with it was Jalen Seabrooks. Now to the plate, number 17, Joshua McCall. And McCall looks at a first pitch strike. Kept his hands back, but it didn't matter. It was a strike anyway. No balls, 2 strikes to start it off here by Avon Juarez. Avon Juarez. Timeout called. Now back in the box goes McCall. That ball just off the plate.
Shit, these young people are getting excited. I mean, you've been here the entire weekend. Oh, and got him swinging.
Down swinging goes Joshua McCall. And this pitching for the Futures Black team, Roy, has just been outstanding.
They definitely have. They are putting on a clinic right now. And like I said, the thing is they are going back and deeper into the pitch count. So they're giving opportunities. Giving opportunities, throwing some balls, but they're putting these strikes in there, and their strikes are timely.
Indeed, they are. Moxie McNeely steps in now for his first at bat with 2 outs, 2 balls now on him. Now, you were about to say, oh, there's a shot by McNeely into right field. And that was a nice piece of hitting right there by the young man.
Let's see what they can do. 2 outs, man on. The question is, will the Futures Orange be aggressive and try to run?
Dylan Robinson to the plate right now. And you're absolutely right. They're going to have to show some type of aggressiveness. It would be nice to get a stolen bag to get someone in the scoring position while Robinson still has a good count to swing the bat. And let's see if Coach makes that decision to do that. McNeely with a nice lead off first. Aiden Juarez delivers, and that's strike 1 to Robinson. If he's going to go, this will be a good pitch to go, and he gets back in. And I don't know, he had those antsy feet like he was ready to take off, Roy.
That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to get out there and run, but like I said, they haven't been as aggressive as I thought they would be in these instances.
Stain put his McNeely over there as Robinson fouls that one back. He's trailing in the count now, 0-2. Futures Orange trailing 5-1 here. Runner going. Swung on, missed. And that's going to end the inning, strike 3. And another strikeout for this pitching staff for the Futures Orange.
Most definitely.
As Dylan Robinson goes down for the 3rd out of the inning. We'll take a break, reload, and be right back with you here at Riverwalk Stadium in Montgomery, Alabama for the Minority Prospects All-American Game Weekend. We'll be right back with you. Welcome back to the Riverwalk Stadium. Minority Baseball Prospects. We're getting to it. We're past the halfway point now of this All-American matchup between the Futures Black and the Futures Orange teams. New pitcher in for the Futures Orange squad, Moxie McNeely, number 8. You just saw him with that beautiful hit at the top half of the inning. He would have had a stolen base, but the strikeout negated that. And he'll have his hands full as he's looking at Chase Jones, Dylan White, and Aiden DeRamus from the Futures Black team for this for this top half of the 5th. Chase Jones steps in. He struck out his last time at bat. And McNeely bouncing that first one up for ball 1.
Just said that one was down in the dirt.
Not that one, as it goes straight through the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's the way you want to return after that first pitch. Put one right down the middle for him.
Exactly. Chase Jones trying to straighten him up and time him up on that one, fouling it off into the left field stands. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Got to appreciate that warm breeze blowing into the press box, seeing that they got the air conditioner on 6 in here. I feel like Chilly Willy.
There's an Arctic feel in the building.
That's right. Feeling like Chilly Willy. I don't think a whole lot of kids will get that reference.
Don't have a clue.
2 balls, 2 strikes. McNeely to deliver. And a high chopper headed to second, coming on with that. Moving to his right, getting it over to first for the out. Beautiful play right there by number 3, Dylan Carlisle. Charging that ball, that high chopper, moving to the right. A speedy, really, really speedy Jones getting down the line. Just unable to beat it out for out number 1. Great play by the second baseman.
And there it is, routine.
Carlisle.
Routine infield play for him, so he's doing what he's supposed to there.
Exactly. Now Dylan White to the batter's box. He had a double his last time up on a shot, and there's a shot, but that's straight away center field. Center fielder coming in and able to make the play, and I believe that's number 1 out in center field. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
That's number 1, DeAndre Thomas Jr. tracking that one for the second out of the inning. It'll be a pop-up 8. And Aiden DeRamus comes in. He had a single his last AB.
They're getting them in here.
And McNeely coming right at him. He put that one right off the hands. You could hear the bat. And fielding and throwing that one over to first is Dylan Carlisle. And a 1-2-3 inning right there for Moxie McNeely. And making quick work of this Futures Black offense that half inning. Let's step away. We'll be right back with you for the bottom half of the 5th right here in Montgomery, Alabama. They still. We're back in it right here at Riverwalk Stadium, Montgomery, Alabama. Minority Prospects. I'm Mike Shepard alongside Roy Evans. It's been a pleasure to get you this far in the game. Bottom of the fifth. It's been all Futures Black so far. We've seen some extraordinary pitching from them, Roy. What can this Futures Orange team do right now to turn the table?
Well, they've just got to keep trying to be aggressive because, as you stated, number 11, man, this young man is out here dealing, to the point where they've told all he can throw is fastballs, but apparently his fastballs are too much for everybody either.
Well, Avon Juarez on the line, on the mound. He'll have the top of the lineup to contend with starting in this inning as Justice Morrison steps back in at the plate. And trying to check with the first base umpires. A very good idea with a left-handed batter. But 2 balls, no strikes. That one gets past him for 3-0. That ball comes careening off the wall all the way back to the umpire and the catcher.
Let's see now, Mr. Ward. We hadn't seen him start off a set like this.
Well, Avon Juarez outside there, 4 balls. Now it's a 1-1 count. Swung on and missed. It'll be 1-2. For Justice Morrison. And Morrison fighting to stay alive right there, spraying that ball foul down the left field side. That's good baseball. Stay alive. Get another pitch.
That's right.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And right back up the middle. It's going to take this. No, he can't get there. I was about to say it's going to take a lot of range from the second baseman to get there, and he just can't reach it. And there's a leadoff single for Justice Morrison.
Bloop got past the pitcher as well.
And that's going to bring Bobby Wooten to the plate. Started at third base. We saw him on the mound as well, number 11. Now some speed on the pads. And Wood at the plate. That ball gets past, and that's going to move Morrison up to second.
Well, that's, put them in scoring position, though.
1 ball, no strikes. Turning on that one is Wooten, but foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. With Justice Morrison's kind of speed, we might see some type of bang-bang action, which is what I really want to see at the plate. I want to see these guys really leg it out, stretch it out, and make the other team make plays.
Yeah, I mean, that's, again, my thought process. That's what this is all about. Get them to the point where they, like I said, they've got to show. We're here to show what we can do on both sides of this. Are you able to throw me out from left field, from right field?
Right.
And am I fast enough to make it where I'm getting to?
The 1-1 count that gets past, squeaking through his legs. Now look, turning the base. Turn the base. Oh. Justice Morrison trying to bring a little bit of excitement. He turned that bag, and he was about to take that.
He did. He did look like he wanted to go.
Yeah.
But he was held up.
He put the brakes on.
And see, listen, I'm going to tell you, I think if he had continued through without the hesitation, he would have had the advantage in that situation.
Yeah, he was moving pretty fast. Oh. Foul ball. They're going to pause it up for a second as that went right off the umpire's face mask and snatched it off his head. Never like to see that. Never want to see that. But Blue's a tough one. He's Right on time. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Swung on and missed. Dropped for, has to go down to 4 for the out. And then coming home for the double play. So the swinging strikeout, drops third strike, throw the first out, and then the Speedy Morrison trying to score from third is picked off as well. The old-fashioned double play. Let's see where that goes. That goes 2-3-2. The 2-3-2 double play. Actually, that would be a 1-2-3-2 double play because of the strikeout. Wow. Don't see that very often, but when you see it, you like it. You like to see it. That's good defense.
Definitely was. They were in there and they had a heads-up play. Everybody stayed attentive and did exactly what they were supposed to do in that one.
Wow, and just like that, Avon Juarez is out of the woods. He's out of trouble. And then he still has his hands full because he has to face off now with number 6, Caden Coleman, who showed us yesterday that he can take the ball long and out of this park.
Okay. Well, right now he's behind in the count.
And I think his favorite part is happening right now as this train gets ready to come over here to this left field side because he put a couple of dents in one yesterday.
Okay.
And that might be all the motivation he needs. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Caden Coleman. Avon Juarez doing his thing on the bump. Two balls, 2 strikes as that one bounced in. Juarez fouls that one straight back. That's coming to us.
Yep, right in front of the camera there.
That scared our cameraman jaw. He thought it was coming to bust him upside the head. He's smiling, but he was scared. He was scared at first. I seen the field. I know what field looked like. I know what field looks like. Yes, indeed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two pitch. Swung on and missed, and there's another strikeout for this Futures Black program. And this time it's Caden Coleman striking out. And just like that, we're moving on to the 6th inning.
All righty.
Oh, wow. So right now, this Futures Black team has put up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts so far.
That's a good one.
So that's accounted for 3 innings of outs of strikeouts.
Yeah, they're putting in the work. You know, a lot of that is number 11 coming in and being just dominant in what he's doing. So,
and we're going to step away for a second while they switch sides. We'll be right back with you in just a moment. We're back to the action, and the wind has started to pick up here as we move into the top of the sixth. It's just a few more outs of baseball left to play here. 2 innings of baseball left to play, and it's the All-American Futures Black team holding on to their lead 5-1 over the All-American Futures Orange. At the plate, number 15, Shane Murphy, in the box, ready to do his thing. Moxie McNeely on the mound. He had a tremendous first inning of this showing, and ready to come back in and pick back up where he left off. 2 balls, 1 strike now the count.
It's going to be 3 balls. That was high and outside, right over the head of the batter.
And we're attempting to work out some audio issues. Give us 1 second here as that ball careens off of him. Give us 1 second. We'll be right with you. All right, we seem to have worked out all the kinks here. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Murphy. He holds his bat back. 2-2. Murphy struck out his first time up. That ball can't quite find the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's going to get him the walk.
And that got him the walk. So Murphy reaches base on the walk. And that'll bring up number 12, Blake Davis, to the plate. Blake had an RBI single his last at bat, went on to steal a bag.
Let's see, he's put his glove on. We're going to see if he looks to be aggressive, because they want to try to, this black team may want to try to add some additional padding.
Well, I think you definitely want to get you some insurance runs, knowing that you're the visiting team and that this Futures Orange team is going to have the opportunity. These are All-Americans in the bottom half of each inning, so they're going to have the opportunity in the bottom half of the 7th, if they haven't already come back by then, to get one last go at it. So if you're the Futures Black team, you definitely want to still be tacking on as many runs as you possibly can to add cushion to that lead.
So in other words, make sure you stay aggressive.
Moxie McNeely with a beautiful breaking pitch right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count on Blake Davis. Swung on and missed. And that'll be strike 3, and a big pitch right there from Moxie McNeely for the first out. Now double play ball
Yeah,
definitely in play to be able to get out of this inning.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
So that was definitely a nice pitch. He had him swinging hard for that one. He was trying to put that one, as you stated, over onto the train, but got by him.
Oh, caught him leaning, and he's out of there. Gunked him. Great pickoff move right there by Moxie McNeely. He caught Shane Murphy leaning, and that was all she wrote. Rocked him to sleep.
Yes,
Headed on back to the dugout. We'll see you next week.
And listen, you talked about the double play.
And the beautiful off-speed pitch right there for a strike. And he's 0-1 now. That's Rocky Turner at the plate. He had a hit his last time up, a single to right field. And his first AB. Now he's faced off with Moxie McNeely. 1 ball, 1 strike here. No one on the pads. And that might have been the momentum changer, the momentum builder that this Futures Orange team needed to really, really see and get themselves turned up.
Yeah, get some of the juices flowing. Your pitcher's coming in, and he's helping his own cause in these first 2 outs.
And that ball is sprayed down the right field side. Foul. That's coming off of the bat of Rocky Turner. And again, Turner had a brilliant shot his last at bat. That line drive single, scored an RBI. That RBI single, stretching the lead out to 5-1. McNeely delivers the 3-2 pitch, and that's inside.
Looks like it almost hit him, but it got by him without the.
And that'll reset it to the 1-1 count for Rocky Turner. McNeely delivers a strike. So it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
See if he can get another one swinging.
That ball high and outside. 2-2. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. Top of the 6th here. Futures Black at the plate. A little pause in action. The ball got away from the bullpen. Pitcher down there warming up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now 2 outs. And Rocky Turner protecting the plate. Swung on, miss. And there's a strikeout. And that's going to end the inning. 3rd out of the inning. And Moxie McNeely showing us some good stuff here as he comes in and gets 2 strikeouts and a big pickoff move over the first to leave his team only trailing by 4 going into the bottom of the 6th.
This is going to be their opportunity. They've got to put these bats. Their bats have to get active. And also when you're getting on base, man, you gotta advance some of these runners. At this point, you got to take the chances.
You have to take the chances. Very good point right there, Roy. If you want to win it, you got to get out there and get in it.
Yeah.
And this is boiling down to crunch time here. Only 6 outs remaining for this Futures Orange team to do it.
New pitcher number 17 for the Futures Black.
Number 17 coming in for the Futures Black. That is, wait a minute, are you sure that's a 17?
I am.
I'm not showing a 17 on my roster. Do we have some type of jersey malfunction, mishap?
Not sure.
That is a 17.
Yes, sir.
I'm just going to look to see if there's anybody that I haven't called because they haven't given me that. Let me check some other things. I'm checking some other places to see if I see. Nope. I don't have any indicator. My apology to the young man's family that I can't call the name and just be calling number 17 unless somebody wants to send some information up to the press box. We'll just roll with it. That's number 18 at the plate for the Futures Orange, Chase Blackman. Blackman lets that one go inside. 3 balls, 1 strike now.
He's ahead in the count. He's looking for something to swing at.
There's a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes now from the new pitcher, number 17. We'll call him Mysterio because the coaches don't have a name for me here on the roster. So Mr. Mysterio throws that third pitch, and that's strike 3 as he stuns Chase Blackman, freezes him.
He did not expect that one.
And I mean froze him with the curveball for the first out of the inning. DeAndre Thomas Jr. at the plate now. He walked his last time up. And the lefty with that breaking ball. And yesterday, Chase Blackman sent the ball like that over to that tree line during the home run derby. He was the winner of the home run derby. But that ball sent over in the foul territory and squeezed for the out right there by number 9. That is
First baseman.
the first baseman, number 9. Oh, that's Colin Thomas over there playing first.
Well, look, Team Black is, again, trying to help their self out and get out of this. And you wonder, it seems like everybody's been up to bat.
Oh, yeah, they nowhere near as many reserve players for this upper level as we've seen in the 2 previous games. So they're batting around in the lineup. Just not a lot of hitting going on by this orange team, so they're not getting those opportunities. Hayden Downs, who struck out his last time up, at the plate now, and he's looking at a 1-1 count. Swung on, that breaking ball is nasty right now, and Hayden Downs was way out ahead of that. Way out ahead of that one.
Yes, sir. Really wish we had this young man's name. He's out here dealing right now.
That he is. That one goes into the dirt. And I'm just looking to see if I'm missing any text messages from anybody that might have sent it to me or is telling me, like, this is who this is. But there's a rip down the line. Oh, fielded beautifully. The throw over the first and the out. Oh, my goodness, what a play. Webb Jim's put him on Sports Center.
Let's take a look at that one again.
We got to play that one again. That play was so nice, you got to show it twice. A beautiful scoop over at third base. Shane Murphy, number 15, flashing the leather.
Look like they're still going out here.
Oh, yeah, we're in the top of the 7th now. We're headed to the top of the 7th. So, moving into the top half of the last inning. And Shane Thomas with the defensive play of the game for certain right there. What do you think, Roy?
Yeah, that was a nice one. That was a nice one. He was able to backhand that and then gather himself enough to get that dart thrown directly to the first baseman on the line. First baseman didn't have to move an inch. Just put his glove out there.
Incredible play right there. And now we're looking at a new pitcher.
That looks like a number 10. Let me see if I can get a better look here. Yep, number 10. As we take a look at that play one more time. Shot down the line, gets up, gathers themselves, and on a string puts that one in place.
That was spectacular right there. That's good baseball. I don't care who you are and how you like to judge it. That on that hot corner right there, handling that hot shot off of the bat like down, sent down there, that's spectacular. This will be DJ Jones coming into the mound. Babyface. He may look young, but, man, that kid is skilled.
Okay.
Look forward to seeing him on the mound here. Had fun mixing it up with him last week at the 44 Classic in Atlanta. Futures Orange team needs to get the 1-3-2-3 inning out of this. Keep this Futures Black team off the board. Keep that lead to 4, and then come back in the bottom of the 7, hoping to manage and surmount a comeback victory. But to start it off here, it'll be number 7, Miles Thomas, who walked his last time, got a couple of stolen bases, and came around to score. And takes those first two pitches inside. 2 balls, no strikes. There's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Two-one count, top of the 7th. A little far inside. And called strike on the inside corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Is run full now to Thomas. DJ Jones seems to be settling in now. And the payoff pitch. Came in low, ball 4. So that'll reset the clock to 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung on and missed by Thomas. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Two balls, 2 strikes. And I don't think we're turning the lights on or something.
No, I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting out of here.
And they call that strike 3 and throw it down. And we might want to get some new balls out here because it's getting a little dark.
I think they're looking to get this over with quickly here. We think this, because we still, well, as you stated, there still technically has a bat to go.
Yes, indeed, and I don't see any white lights. I don't see any lights warming up. That ball coming inside right now. And this is Aiden Rucker at the plate. He grounded out to third base his last time. High pop fly, center field, straight away, and can of corn.
Now you know I was waiting to hear. I hadn't heard you say that all day today. And I started to mention it, but I was like, you know what? That's a play-by-play person.
Look, DeAndre Thomas Jr. comes in and makes it look easy like Sunday morning.
There you go.
And Aiden Rucker is down. The pop out, that's the fly out to center. Now to bring Avon Juarez to the plate. And we've seen him doing his thing on the mound. Now we get to watch him do what he does at the plate. He walked his first time up. And that ball gets away from the catcher. Coach trying to speed things up. Oh. Stay in there. You hear him screaming it from the from the dugouts. And this is the Bill Toughness League, too.
Right.
They even taking that one right off the small of the spine. Juarez stepping back in. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one getting away from DJ. Fast to the backstop. Three balls, 1 strike now. And
call that a strike?
Well, I mean, you gotta. Did he? Oh, he called it a strike.
Called it a strike, yeah.
I was about to say he already been hit by a pitch. Now he just full count here, 3-2, and he fouls that one off. Three-two count here. Top of the 7th. Waning moments of daylight. And that one is strike 3. Straight down the heart of the plate for out number 3.
It looks like they're clapping it up, and that's going to end it. That's why there were no lights coming on.
Well, that's a ball game right there as Coach Alex White comes out and calls it official. And here we come to the end of celebration for this weekend, the Minority Prospects All-American Weekend and Showcase here in Montgomery, Alabama. It has been a pleasure. Thank you for everybody who has come out. A huge tip of the cap to the MVP leadership and executives and all of the coaches that came out here to work with these young people, Roy. A huge tip of the cap to the parents who sacrificed the countless hours, bringing their kids to events like this, putting them in the training, all of the financial resources that they pour into them to make sure that these kids can not only play the game that they love, but use this as a resource and a tool to not just not potentially go pro, but to get an education.
And that's what I'm about to say. Continue your lives, get an education. That would be the thing, man, that can do. That's the part that can change all of these kids' lives. Because you figure any child in this game has the ability to play at the next level. We've got plenty of it out there. Division I, Division II, Division III, NAIA. So there's plenty of baseball to be played. And getting a free education to go play a sport you love is always a good thing.
5 runs on 7 hits for the Futures Black. 1 run on 3 hits for Futures Orange. And, man, what a spectacular showing and event this has been the entire weekend. Make sure that you're following MVP Takeover on your social medias, on Instagram, on Facebook. Be sure to follow Minority Baseball Prospects, Minority Prospects, Minority Softball Prospects, so you can get a full, in-depth look at the work that's being put in by this organization and the upcoming events. And maybe you just have a child out there that you want to become a part of the magic. We welcome you for that. Until the next time, on behalf of Roy Evans, I'm Mike Shepard. I've had a ball being here with you guys for the past 3 days. This has been outstanding, and I can't wait to do it again. We'll see you next time. Have a great MVP Takeover weekend. Drive safely.